Question 9. The scatter plot shows the relationship between the number of people per television set and the number of people per physician for 40 countries, along with the least squares regression line. In Ethiopia, there were 503 people per TV and 36,660 people per doctor. Which of the following is correct? So first, right, we will notice that the least squares regression line shows a positive direction, an upward trend. Right? So as the number of people per TV increases, the number of people per doctor increases. But we have to remember that just because there's a correlation between two variables does not mean that one causes the other. Right, so don't confuse these two words. Correlation does not mean the same thing as causation. Okay. And I think that's probably what this question is aimed at testing us. Right. Okay, so choice A says, increasing the number of TVs in a country will attract more doctors. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, there's a positive correlation between people per TV and people per doctors, but it doesn't mean that if we increase the number of TVs that will increase the doctors. Okay, so no, there's not a cause and effect relationship there. The slope of the least squares regression line is less than 1. Ooh, okay, so just looking at it, right, it looks like that's a pretty shallow or flat slope, but we have to look at the units here. The units on the x-axis are just in the hundreds, but the units on the y-axis are actually in the tens of thousands. So let's estimate the slope. We will pick, let's see, 2 points there, right? So the change in x is 100, but the change in y is, I don't know, it's going to be, I don't know, 7,500? Just over 10,000. All right, let's estimate that as like 7,000 to 11,000. So that's a difference of 4,000. All right, so our slope, estimated slope, would be 4,000 to 100 or 40 to 1. All right, that is not less than 1, so that's false. Okay. All right, C, the correlation is greater than 1. Well, that's certainly false. Correlation cannot be greater than 1. 1 is the maximum value the correlation could be. Okay, D, the point for Ethiopia is decreasing the slope of the least squares regression line. So Ethiopia, which point is Ethiopia? 503 and 36,000. So this one here is Ethiopia. Okay, so what Ethiopia is doing is it's causing the regression line to tilt. In other words, it's making it steeper. Okay, so no, it's not decreasing it, it's actually increasing the slope. So D is false. All right, so process of elimination, let's read the final choice. Ethiopia has more people per doctor than expected, based on how many people it has per TV. Okay, so the model predicts that for a country like Ethiopia that's got about 503 people per TV, right, the model predicts, what does it predict? This is just an estimation here, but it predicts 15, let's call that like 17,000. Right, I'm looking over here at the y-axis. Okay, so the predicted value is about 17,000. Right, the actual value for Ethiopia is closer to 36,000. Okay, so Ethiopia has a very large positive residual. Okay, they have more people than what is expected or predicted by the model. All right, so that is the true statement.